Are you looking for healing in your life and you just keep looking outside of you, not finding the solution that you're looking for? Well, listen in on today's episode where I help you to go inward to really ignite your healing powers. Let's go. Welcome, ladies, to the Life Mastery for Women podcast. I'm Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind, your host. This is where we go to learn to master our life one nugget at a time. Hey, ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope you are healing your physical, emotional, and environmental body. If you are not healing, then it is my intention that in today's episode, I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. So we're going to get our healing on today, and we're going to talk about the problems of not healing and the solutions to help you get going. Are you finding that, like, the older you get, the more your body is starting to feel a little off, a little stiff, a little slower? Well, I will tell you, and as I've mentioned this before, it is not because of age. It is not. It's not because of age. So if you picture, let's pretend that you are a container, a clear container. Your whole body is empty container as you are born. And as you go through life, you learn new things and you gain beliefs about the world. And every time that happens, you get a little bit of, let's say, water in your container, okay? And as you get older, this container is getting fuller and fuller and fuller. So when you're little, you have a lot of flexibility, you have a lot of energy, you feel amazing in your body, you can jump and crawl and climb, and you could do all these things and you feel great. By the time you're in your maybe mid to late 30s and your 40s, your container is pretty heavy and it's starting to slow down a bit. But it is because of the energy that you are attracting, that you are experiencing in the world. And when we don't move that energy out, those emotions, they get trapped in the body. Now, take this as a definition. Your body is memorizing, it's holding your emotions, okay? It is keeping them intact. We call those triggers. So every time you go about your day and you come across something and it triggers you to a certain response, it is memorized in the body. The body is responding automatically. You hear a noise and it startles you and you yell something, or you are driving in traffic and as soon as you get a red light or someone cuts you off, then you have and it's like an automatic response. That is your body's trigger, that energy that is stuck in your system that is showing an automatic response. Okay, that's why sometimes it comes on so quick. You're like, man, like I didn't even have a chance to think about it. That the part of the body is where the subconscious is stored. And that's great because, like, as you're learning to drive a stick shift, if any of you have ever learned to drive a stick, it takes a lot of mental energy, or learned anything new that had a couple of steps in it. And it takes a lot of mental energy to learn that something new. Well, after so much repetition, the body goes, hey, I got it. I'll just memorize this for you. So you don't have to use so much mental energy. You're free to do something else. So by the time we're in our 30s, we have a lot of things memorized. The way we get dressed, how do we go to bed, how we eat at the table, how we brush our teeth in the morning, what we wear, how we drive. All of those things are memorized behaviors. And as we go through life, those certain triggers are also memorized. And what we don't do, typically because we're unaware of it, we're unaware that these are the steps of life, is that we need to release those things that no longer serve us. Now, naturally, as we get older, when we start out as little kids and then we move progressively through the developmental stages, we drop those habits. But the energy or the trigger may remain. So meaning, let's say, when we're a toddler, we're crawling, right? And then we learn to walk. And then once we learn to walk and we are now, 7, 8, 12 years old, we stop crawling. We drop that behavior, but we still remember what it's like. Okay. Well, those things also happen to show up in our body when we are triggered by certain responses. Some of these things are when we are little. We're triggered with fear by upsetting our parents, or we're triggered with feeling bad about ourselves when we get in trouble from some authority figure, our parents or a teacher. And sometimes we feel ashamed of things that we're doing because we were told to feel shame, or we were thought that we should be shameful about a certain behavior. And now you're 34 years old and you still feel shame about that behavior, but there's no authority around you that is telling you that you shouldn't be. So as we get older, when our body starts to slow down and we start to have stiff joints, it is not because of arthritis. It is because if you go deeper into the sensation of the body, it is because of energy, and it's stuck, stored energy in our body. If you look at the chakras and you look at the crown chakra, which is above the top of the head, life force energy wants to flow through us. So the top of the head, the intuition and healing capabilities can move easily and freely through our body if we allow it to happen, if we allow it to take place. But sometimes we have stuck energy in our body, and it's not allowing that free life force energy to flow. And so healing kind of feels like we're being neglected. Like healing, certain body parts or aches and pains that stick with us a lot longer than they ever used to. Because back when it was a quicker healing response, you sprain your ankle or you bump your elbow or you get an abrasion or a cut, it's fast healing. But interesting, as we get older, why is our healing process slower? Well, before we get into it, I want you to get really present, because today, not only am I going to teach you about healing, but we're going to walk through a mini healing session so you can begin the process of learning how to tap into this innate wisdom that we all have to help you begin to heal your body. So right now, what I would love for you to do is I would love you to just become present with me right now with my voice. Take a deep breath in and follow the air into your body. Breathe in slowly and trace the air with your awareness as it flows in through your nose and into your lungs. And now feel your body on the seat beneath you. Feel its resting points. Feel the weight of your body. Feel your feet on the floor. This brings you to the present moment here with me right now. And you are giving yourself the gift of this present moment. That's why it's called a present. One more deep breath in. Slowly hold it right at the top just for a couple seconds and release and relax and become completely receptive to what I will teach you today. Now, we talked about the body is memorizing your emotions. Now, is there something that you're wanting to release, whether physical pain or emotional pain? And when I say environmental pain, that is the stuff that is going on in your physical environment, your money, your job, your relationships. So every time we go in, introspection is the word. Going inward and starting to begin the spiritual journey of tapping into our energy state. Now, we just did a healing this weekend with Amy. She has a foot injury. It's been kind of on and off for the last several years. And last night, I asked her to go into the healing. And what typically we would do, and sometimes we fall into this as well, is something hurts and we go, okay, it's going to be okay in a few days. And then a few days goes by and it's not okay. Then a week goes by and we go, maybe we should go get it checked out. And we might go to the doctor, we might get x-rays, we might get, it checked out to make sure something serious isn't going on. Then we might go, I'm going to take some ibuprofen, or I'm going to take some Tylenol, or I'm going to do something external to help with the pain so I can get through the day. And then you might go back to the doctor and maybe you take some PT lessons and you try to strengthen and you do some flexibility. Not saying that all these things don't have a place, but we're still going outward. We're still going external. And when you go outward and you go external, all you're doing is perpetuating the problem. And so what we did is I had her go inward. So if you are feeling physical pain today, I want you to relax in this moment. Hopefully you did this little grounding with me. And I want you to relax in the moment. And I want you to, if you can, close your eyes. And I want you to bring your awareness to the pain. Go into the pain. Feel the pain. Describe it. As your awareness is there, what does the pain look like? Is it big? Is it small? Does it have any movement? And what about the shape? Does it have a shape and a temperature? Hot, cold, and color. What is the color? As you are looking at this is you beginning to go inward to see and feel and sense energy, getting an idea of what it is. Once we can see it, we're no longer afraid of it. Once we can see it, we can release it. And when you are ready, you can do a couple of things from this point. You can communicate with the pain. You say, why are you here? What message do you have for me? And wait and listen. And when you do this, I tell a lot of people who stay in the mental thought process is you don't answer the question. The answer comes to you, not through you. So it's as if you are asking another person. You can anticipate the answer, but it comes to you, not through you. Okay? And then from there, the next thing you can do is to release it. I am willing to release this pain. I'm willing to let go of this pain. I'm willing to heal my body. And then from there, visualize the pain exiting your body. And then visualize new healing energy coming into that space, coming into the body from source energy and from Mother Earth. That is a healing process. It is extremely, extremely powerful. And as we know, if the body memorizes emotions, emotions are energy in motion, and they want to be felt all the way through. Pain is no different. Pain is a message. Pain is guidance. And if we use it as such, we gain a lot of wisdom from our pain. It teaches us a lot about where we are in our spiritual journey. If we are in a lot of pain, we are probably in the lower frequency vibrational states. We're in the survival mode. And you're spending a lot of time in the physical anchored chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. When we are there, we are highly engaged with our environment. And when we are highly engaged with our environment, healing does not necessarily take place. We have to align our chakras, move our energy up into the upper chakras where we begin to trust in the possibilities of our lives expanding. When we are in that lower vibrational frequency, we cannot get the healing that we need. Because in those lower vibrational frequencies, a lot of the time, our energy is out in our worries, our doubts, our complaints, and our triggers. And when we have our energy out there and those places, then we don't have energy to heal. Which is why I say, when you start something, call back your energy. Call back your energy, because here you're going to have the energy to heal, the energy to deepen your connections with others, and also the energy to create. I can't create if I've got water in my bucket that's spread out all over the place with all these worries and all these problems in my life. When I move up into the upper chakras and I balance my chakras, I am connected to source energy and I am fully guided. that I don't have to have all the tabs open. I don't have to have everything out looking in my environment and going, what are the problems with everything? What I can do is keep my energy in my heart and go, what is it that I want to create today? And from that space, I get to send out that vibrational frequency and create an amazing life to live. In that, it's about trust. And it's about believing in ourselves to go into ourselves in our journey, connecting to intuition and Mother Earth and asking for what it is that we want. Because when your body is elevated, you now have access to those other things. So before I continue, if you're liking this episode, please share it on your own social media. Write a review and subscribe to my channel so you get noticed whenever a new episode drops. Okay, let's get back to it. When our bodies are elevated, it's just like the hot air balloon with all the sandbags attached to the basket of the balloon. I can only see this part of the field, okay? And I only can see this part of the environment. But when I start cutting away at the sandbags, I start untying the ropes, and the balloon starts to elevate, I get to see new perspective. And every time I let go, I become automatically healed. When I let go, a lot of times we are holding on to things so tightly that energy gets stuck. It's kinking the hose. When I kink the hose, life force energy cannot move through me. And when life force energy can't move through me, I don't heal. And I want to. Not only do I want to heal my physical body, but I want to heal my emotional body. I want to let go of triggers, and I want to live the life that I can feel on the inside. I want to shift and change my environment to be the most beautiful space that I can exist in. And in doing that, I get to elevate the planet. Because instead of, when I go to the grocery store, instead of being grumpy and surly and complaining to the cashier and the baker and the guy in the deli, and because I'm in my survival emotions, I'm in my survival chakras, I get to be pleasant and grateful, and I get to help elevate. I get to help make his day more pleasant. And that's what I want to do. So I hope this is what you want to do as well. So when we call back our energy, it is a process of bringing our awareness away from those things external to us and bringing our awareness back in the body and sensating, it's a new word, the sensation, sensating what it is I want to feel. Breathing in and sensing, getting the sensations of my body. How am I feeling currently? And what do I want to feel? And allowing that energy to pump my heart chakra. I can pull in the thoughts, because I can think anything I want at any time. I can pull in my thoughts and go, I don't want to feel angry in this moment. I want to feel fine. I want to feel good. I want to feel aligned. And I can use my thoughts and then use that so much and focus so much on those thoughts that it pumps my heart chakra. It charges my heart chakra, and it allows me to feel and to choose a completely different emotional state. This, my friends, is when life gets really exciting, because then you're in charge. You get to decide how you want to feel. You get to decide if you want to heal your body. It is all up to you. It is all up to you believing that it's possible for you, using different words and different thoughts to fuel your emotional body, and having the willingness to release that pain, release that anxiety, those emotions, the things that are in your environment, and using the techniques that I'm telling you. Because you can think anything you want at any time you want. Now it's about living your life on purpose, with purpose, believing you can do it, trusting in divine guidance, and tapping in to this energy source that fuels you. This is where your energy comes from. This is you plugging in. And this is what is going to elevate you so much so that you're going to have a new personality. Because we think that those stuck emotions are our personality. I'm just an angry person. I'm just a depressed person. I'm just anxious. It runs in my family. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have to. But we choose it over and over again, and it becomes a memorized emotion in our body, just like driving a car. You can drive a car across the state and you hardly even have to think about it. You can ride a bike. You don't even have to think about it. Those emotions, anxiety, anger, frustration, guilt, shame, those are memorized. I don't have to think about it. And I want you to think about it. I want you to decide if you want to continue holding on to those emotions. And if the answer is no, then I encourage you and I invite you to go inward and say, you know what? I'm going to choose something different. I don't want depression anymore. I don't want anxiety anymore. I don't want anger anymore. I'm going to let that shit go. I'm going to release that. And then you do. You ask divine guidance to help you to release that. And then in the same question, the most powerful question, I want you to write this down. If I wasn't feeling anxiety, depression, anger, I would be feeling what? You choose. You choose. You're in the driver's seat. You choose. It is up to you. I'm telling you right now, it is not outside of you. The answer is not outside of you. It is not in a pill. It is not in a doctor. It is not in PT. It is not out there. It is inside. That's where the power is. That's where the wisdom is. That's where the answers are. Inside of you. I invite you to go in. I invite you, if this found you well, that I hope that we can connect. That's what I hope for, because I will continue to teach you the inner workings of your emotions and your energy. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Wow, that may have felt like a lot of information in today's episode, but if you're looking for support and a deeper knowledge of what we talked about today, then let's connect. You can learn more about how I work and how you can work with me. Send me an email to the meditationroomtc@gmail.com, subject line, let's talk. And in the meantime, you can join my online Facebook community, Lady Rising, and mention that you came in through the podcast. I look forward to supporting you and connecting with you there.